Merry Christmas to you all. Today, just like last year, I want to talk to you about a tale of Batman during the holidays, a tale of 3 parties, 3 bitter old men, and 1 plot of murder. This is Batman: The Search for Santa Claus. Welcome to the last comic misconceptions of 2014. I'm Scott, this is my Christmas sweater, and it has bells and will probably make a lot of noise throughout this whole video, but what are you gonna do? Doesn't matter because I'm gonna follow up with the 2nd annual Batman Christmas story video, and if you didn't watch last year's, you can do so by clicking right here or in the description below. But right now, let me tell you a fun story from the pages of Batman number 33 from 1946. It's Christmas Eve and Batman has planned 3 children's parties that night, but each party is missing the most important ingredient: Santa Claus. He and Robin go out into the night on a reindeer-driven sleigh to find 3 people willing to play the parts at the parties. Further down the street, 3 old men go out into the city from the rooming house they were staying in, looking at the Christmas displays in store windows. None of them really know each other, but they all share a collective misery. The man in green was wrongly convicted of murder 25 years ago, and his wife died before they learned that he was actually innocent. His first Christmas as a free man doesn't really feel like a merry one. The man in blue was incredibly rich before being accused of being insane and wrongly locked up in an asylum by his greedy nephews who wanted his fortune. He escaped the asylum and now must remain in hiding for fear he'll be locked up again. Lastly, the man in brown was a phenomenal theater actor, but he didn't age very well and hasn't had an acting gig because of it in years. Not really as dramatic as the other 2, but yeah. Batman and Robin come riding along in their sleigh, spot the 3 men, and believe they have found their Santas for the parties. One party is at the children's hospital. The man in blue volunteers to go play Santa for the youngsters there. Let's call this man Looney Bin Jim, since he escaped from the asylum, and we find out later that his name is actually Jim. Let's not confuse him with this Looney Bin Jim from that one Punisher movie, though. The second party is at the county orphanage, which the man in green, who we remember is the wrongfully convicted murderer, says he will help out there. I know the picture shows that it's the man in blue and not the man in green, but I think they just colored it wrong. I'm positive that it's the man in green because he also talks about how the orphans probably feel as deserted as he did when he was in prison, which, as we know, is Mr. Green's backstory. Just trust me, it's Mr. Green. All that's left is the actor in brown, who seems the most bitter of the 3 and outright refuses to help Batman in any way, shape, or form until Batman tells him that the last party is at a Christmas play at a local theater, and the old actor immediately accepts. Just like that, Batman has found his 3 Santa Clauses. He gives them all their costumes and gives Mr. Green the sleigh to take to the orphanage. But trouble is brewing in Gotham that night. You see, Looney Bin Jim's nephews get word that their uncle has escaped from the asylum and may try to prove that they threw him in there for his millions. Looney Bin Jim is a charitable man, and if he ever got his money back, he would only spend it helping those less fortunate instead of building up big businesses and buying luxurious penthouses like his nephews are doing. So the nephews make a plan to find their uncle and kill him, but they need to make it look like an accident. The 3 nephews go to the last known location of their uncle, which is the boarding house that he was staying in. The keeper, Miss Milligan, tells them that she had 3 elderly men staying at her house, matching Jim's description, and they all went to play Santa Claus for children at different locations that night, but she can't remember which one Jim went to. So naturally, the nephews decide to hit up all of the locations, kidnap all 3 old men, and sort out who is who later. The first stop is the orphanage. If you'll remember, this is where Mr. Green went with the sleigh. Batman and Robin are also there to check up on things right as Mr. Green is showing up. He's about to walk up the stairs to the building when suddenly he is jumped by the nephews, who knock Mr. Green unconscious and stuff him in the sack that was carrying toys for the children. One of the nephews also puts on another spare Santa costume from the sleigh, steals said sleigh, and they all get away. Rhymes. The children ask Batman and Robin why Santa would just drive up to the building and then leave without doing anything, so the dynamic duo investigates and figures out that Mr. Green was indeed taken, and they're about to go check on the other 2 Santas just in case. At the children's hospital, which you remember is where Looney Bin Jim dressed as Santa actually is, his nephews show up and take him as well, but Batman and Robin show up in the nick of time, or should I say, the Saint Nick of time. Nailed it. The nephews threaten to start shooting up the place if Batman takes another step, and worried that a stray bullet might hit an innocent child, Batman and Robin surrender and are tied to wheelchairs in an empty room of the hospital. Cut to the theater! The old actor dressed as Santa Claus is closing up the first act of the Christmas play for the children when the nephews show up there along with the other 2 Santas, once again demanding cooperation by threatening to shoot innocent children. I should also point out that the old men aren't just wearing Santa beards and outfits, but full-on Santa masks, so each of them looks identical to the others. The evil nephew, dressed as the fourth Santa, orders his uncle to reveal himself and save the other two from being killed as well. The three old men all step out at once and claim they are James Jocelyn, the real name of Looney Bin Jim. I am James Jocelyn. I am James Jocelyn. I am Spartacus. But the nephews are smarter than that, and they hear that one of the Santas sounds more like the uncle that they remember, so they decide that he is their man. Now we pause here to bring up a few probably notable flaws here. Number one, the nephews are holding the old man at gunpoint, which means so much for making it look like an accident. And number two, they could just go over and take each of the man's masks off to find their uncle. At no point do they actually make it a point to check under the masks. Cut back to the hospital. Batman and Robin escape and make their way to the theater. The curtains open and the children are treated to a sight of the two heroes beating the pulp out of the evil nephews. Batman starts putting the pieces together and figures out that Looney Bin Jim was wrongfully put into the asylum by his nephews. The nephews try to explain to Bats that they were just trying to return their uncle to the asylum since he escaped. Really? After Batman caught you kidnapping him at gunpoint, threatening to shoot up a hospital full of children? Yeah, no, really, your uncle's the crazy one, not you idiots. Even so, the Santa they thought sounded like their uncle was revealed to be, dun dun dun, the old actor cleverly disguising his voice using his incredible talents. The producer of the theater is actually so impressed with the actor's performance that he says he wants to make him the greatest character actor in America. The real Jim Jocelyn reveals himself, claiming that all he wants is his fortune back from his nephew so that he can use it to help others. Mr. Green is now kind of a little sad because Jim and the old actor got their Christmas wishes, but he'll never be able to get those 25 years of his life back or tell his late wife that he was actually innocent all this time. Jim Jocelyn offers a friendly hand and suggests that Mr. Green could become his secretary. And apparently that's all it takes to cheer Mr. Green up. Why not? So it all works out in the end for these three old men who a few hours ago were hating the Christmas season. They finish up the play by telling the children about the magic of Santa Claus or something, and it is indeed a Merry Christmas to everybody. The end. I actually really enjoyed this story, and I want to know if you did too. Question though, what is your favorite comic book Christmas story? Let me know in the comments, and I might go over it next year, especially if it's Batman themed. I'd love to keep the tradition of specifically Batman Christmas specials going for as long as I can, provided they are interesting. But I am open to other non-Bat themed Christmas stories as well. I also want to take a minute to thank you all for watching Comic Misconceptions in 2014. It has been a big year for us at NerdSync in a lot of ways, and we're going to be talking about our favorite NerdSync moments and just general favorite things of 2014 on our New Year's Eve podcast, so look forward to that coming soon. And also, you can make GIFs of our videos right here on YouTube now. Just hit the share button below, click on the GIF tab, and make GIFs of me doing just all sorts of stupid things. GIF. That's a GIF, I think. And if this is your first time hanging out with us here at NerdSync, hit that big sexy subscribe button. We do weekly comic book videos just like this one every Wednesday, and we don't want you to miss out on any of it. Once again, I'm Scott. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, where this year I'll be doing what I do every year around Christmas, which is just tweet out all the presents that I get in real time. Follow along with that. And also, we'll see you next year for more Comic Misconceptions starting January 14th. Mark your calendars. I know it's a long ways away. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. See ya.